let's see if I can remember how to do this.
ClownieNerf.
Hey guys, it's your Uncle Clowny coming to you with another video, and this time it's on a review. You know, the exact same thing my channel is known for. Not exactly. Lately my channel's been known for not making videos, but this is changing. I went out and got myself one of the new blasters out of the Dragon Fire Force Power line that Hasbro came out with because I have an idea for it. They've released 3. It's a pistol, some cruddy bow, and the Emberstrike, and that's the one that I got. Mostly painted on both sides, I'm guessing because they couldn't just get away with painting this cool little top thing on. And let's just face it, you don't want to buy these because of what they are. They're like the Dino Force things. You're not buying them because they're, you know, because they're blasters. You're buying because they're dinosaurs. And this thing is pretty. I mean, there's a lot of really neat things done on this. The scaling pattern, the overlay of the giant plate scales. They drug this and they took all the font is really cool on this, and they like these nice body lines just keep it looking sleek and organic, although inorganic at the same time. And they went and used different kinds of plastic and rubberized plastic and different sheens and colors on this thing. So like you have a high gloss here, but you have a low gloss here, and like a medium gloss over here on this, and it all just creates this nice look to the thing that's not just like it accents it. Well, this thing was really well thought out, I believe, right down to these fins that are translucent plastic, which are still kind of hard, so yeah, they're a bit fish hooky if you get stoved in the front of the blaster, so I would be careful with that. And speaking of fish hooky, they got one literally down here. It even has this really cool plate through the handle that's got the Dungeons and Dragons logo on it. And I'm not necessarily a big fan of knuckle guards, but this just looks nice. And the stock is, although it's short because it's made for kids, it's good. And the handle is the same. This bottleneck they put on this thing. Good job. I mean, this is honestly a really well thought out design blaster, except for a few things. First off, it's got this really cool dart storage in the back here, but mine has a problem. I don't think it's supposed to do this. I think it's supposed to stay in there. The detents that hold it in are not well, and this spring, the detent here, or whatever this is overdeveloped. The catch just doesn't like to go in. So I can get it back in real easy, and it pops off because these springs are super weak, or something's wrong because it's not sticking out as far as the other one. And then the more it happens, the more it's going to wear, and then I have to pound that back on to get that in. So that's going to be something I'm going to have to fix. Other than the standard other complaints about, you know, short stock and stuff like that, grip, but you know, it's kids, so whatever. The possible fish hooking up here. The biggest thing I don't like is this grip. It's really well designed. I mean, it looks great. It fits the aesthetic great. The problem is the plastic they made it out of is just slick. And there's no good spot to get your hand. I mean, it's broad and wide, so it fits your hand great, but you really need to squeeze that thing on the sides to do that. Unless, of course, you grab the 2 little front pieces up here, which is okay, but that gets kind of sore on your hands after a while because you're just poking yourself with these. Well, they're not sharp, but they're rounded, more or less, edges. And I have managed doing that to get my finger kind of pinched a little bit back in here and back on this. I don't know how I did that. I just put it up to pure skill. The draw is pretty short, so I kind of want to keep going, which doesn't add to the the ability, to the grip much, because your brain says you want to keep going. It's just a real short little pop, but you're gonna get good rate of fire out of it that way, which out of the 8 rounds it has, and the fancy dragon darts that I'm not gonna bother to open. You can find an image online yourself for those things. And speaking of that, this seems to be the only one that seems to have any kick to it out of them, other than I guess the pistol, which is modifiable because it's a pistol. The bow, well, the Stratobow wasn't much of a thing either. This actually seems to have some juice. I'm not going to run over the Crony because everybody else is running over the Crony. You can check American Foam. He does a good video for things like that too, and I think Wallcom and Draken, always these guys, they'll have their videos up for this stuff. You can check them for the technical skits. And the other thing that kind of bothers me about this is it's a tie-in. Now, unless I missed my mark, Hasbro bought Wizards of the Coast, which was pretty much Dungeons and Dragons and the rest of that stuff. So they're not really tying anything in. They're kind of doubling down on stuff, which is why I'm guessing the price tag, which I think I got this from Target exclusively, I had to order it, was $40. Not necessarily horrible. I think it's got enough plastic and beef to justify $40, but you can't really say they did it because it's got the tax on it. I think if this thing had like a Roblox or something on it, I think this would end up costing more. This is right at the limit of what I would pay for $40. I think it's a little over because of this grip. And considering I'm probably going to paint mine, rip it to shreds, and design some new parts for it, I don't think this is the first choice out of the new blasters there that you should be getting a hold of, but 40 isn't completely horrible. I don't think it's that bad. I just think they're pushing their luck with that. But, I could be utterly wrong for all I know, because I have an opinion. And what is your opinion? Let me know in the comments below. I'm pretty sure you will. Like, share, and subscribe. And remember, Uncle Clownie's watching. Peace. Dragon Power.